Scott, this is an interesting one, man. Crash 4 and Remastered Trilogy Studio Toys for Bob is leaving Activision, going independent. That's weird. David Carcassell over at PSU. After a huge wave of layoffs at Activision Blizzard, it was unclear what would happen to Toys for Bob. The studio that delivered the remastered trilogy of the original Crash Bandicoot games along with the new installment of Crash 4, which is a fantastic game, by the way, if you haven't played it. It was clear that the team had suffered layoffs, but for a hot minute, it almost seemed like it would be shut down. Thankfully, that was not the case, and on Thursday, we got amazing news from the studio. Toys for Bob is going independent, leaving Activision Blizzard to be its own studio, though it'll likely continue to work with Activision Blizzard through partnership, which means there's still a chance for more Crash and Spyro games. Quote, "We're thrilled to announce that Toys for Bob is spinning off as an independent game development studio," end quote, a statement on its blog began. Quote, "Over the years, we've inspired love, joy, and laughter for the inner child in all gamers. We pioneered new IP and hardware technologies in Skylanders." Dude, that was a time, wasn't it?
Yo, you remember Skylanders?
Dude, I was on the Infinity side, Disney Infinity, and then you had the Skylanders side. So if you don't notice, there's a bunch of Disney Infinity stuff right behind me.
My little brother loved Skylanders, and I actually was pretty impressed.
Dude, it was a cool.
It was cool.
It was a cool thing, and man, just the money you pour into buying all the Skylanders or the Disney Infinity characters. In my case, like, oh, I don't have that one, buy. Don't have that one, buy. It's like, oh man.
Oh, you know, Nintendo was paying attention. That's where the amiibo system came from.
Yeah, and now look at they're all gone. We raised the bar for the best in-class remasters in Spyro Reignited trilogy. We've taken Crash Bandicoot to innovative, critically acclaimed new heights. With the same enthusiasm and passion, we believe that now is the time to take the studio and our future games to the next level. The opportunity allows us to return to our roots of being a small and nimble studio. Dude, I like that. To make this news even more exciting, we're exploring possible partnership between our new studio and Microsoft. And while we're in the early days of developing our next new game and a ways away from making any announcements, our team is excited to develop new stories, new characters, and new gameplay experiences. Our friends at Activision and Microsoft have been extremely supportive of our new direction, and we're confident that we will continue to work closely together as part of our future. So, keep your horns on and your eyes out for more news. Scott, really? Dude, that is Spyro right there. Come on. Just gave that away. Thank you to our community of players for always supporting us through our journey. We can't wait to share updates on our new adventure as an indie studio. You know what? Congrats to them, Scott. But yeah, right there. Keep your horns on. Just says it all, doesn't it? New Spyro is on the way.
Yeah, no, I'm not such a fan of Spyro personally, but it is interesting to see Toys for Bob break out on their own. I'm not sure why. It seems like they're breaking away from Activision Blizzard and Microsoft through them to work with both of them, but independently. I guess that just takes away some of that the producer in the ear kind of effect.
Yeah. I wonder if this now also gives them the opportunity to go, hey, we want to go to PlayStation and we want to go to Nintendo. And maybe Activision was like, you're not doing that. You're going to stay with where we want to tell you to go, right? That could be one aspect of it. We don't know. We don't know the inner workings of there, obviously. But just out of pure speculation, at a unique time where Activision gets bought up by Microsoft, it's I don't know, somewhat exciting, but kind of odd to see them go independent as well. But when you take a look at the market widespread, dude, now their company's in their hands, right? They're not under the Activision umbrella. They're not under the Microsoft umbrella of, okay, what's our future look like? In a time right now of turmoil where people are constantly getting laid off, now it's up to them. And I think this might be actually the better call, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, given that, I definitely agree. It gives them the opportunity to choose their own layoffs if they really have to, but instead of just being the first cut on somebody's bottom line.
So here, let me ask you this, though. They're exploring partnerships between our new studio and Microsoft. What game would you like Toys for Bob to take from the Microsoft backlog of games, their catalog, to bring forward? Right? Obviously, I'm going to go with Fable, but it's already being made by Playground Games of all things. So
yeah,
like that's where I would have gone instantly. Halo's kind of still lingering around. Like I'm trying to think of their big tentpole games. Gearbox is done up by the Coalition. Perfect Dark right now is still in development with Crystal Dynamics, or is it Eidos Montreal? And
I think it was Crystal, but
they're partnered with another studio. Who am I thinking? I'm going blank on them. But I remember them. They announced. Dude, I'll never forget the trailer. It was this person climbing up a big giant skyscraper. I'm like, oh, this looks incredible. But yeah, either way. Now I got to look it up, Scott, because I just want blank, and I'm like, who's making Perfect Dark?
Oh, this bothers me so much.
I hate that when I go blank. I'm like, it's not the tip of my
thread
tongue.
of a memory, and I pull the thread every time. I can understand that. Perfect Dark. We haven't heard about Perfect Dark for a very long time now.
The Initiative. That's who it is. I'm like, man, there's somebody else there, right? Yeah. But if you had to pick a game, Scott, who, like, going way back when, where would you go? Who are they talking to? What are they out? Will they do a spin-off of like another, like we saw Gears Tactics, for example, come out, right? Will we get another spin-off?
That's kind of what I was thinking. If they could do some, well, I'm not sure if they're going to try and do this blend between physical toy and video game still, if that is in the mix. That's a little bit too 2010s, but that would open up some opportunity to have some of these characters, like, I thought about Gears Tactics.
Yeah.
And just kind of give you the ability to store some of those data in little amiibos. But now my mind has gone way over to Nintendo side, so that's not how it's just happening. But I'm wondering, what is there still to pull from that is an Xbox category that's not being used right now? And other than Fable sitting on somebody's desk and Perfect Dark just avoiding detection this whole time, I'm not sure what else there is.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo.
Right? I think they talk to Rare, and they come in and go, hey, we've done Spyro, we've done Crash, we brought them both back. We can bring back Banjo. Because Banjo-Kazooie's been gone forever. It's a Rare IP, but it was initially on Nintendo platforms, right? And then brought into Rare Replay, which then brings in the opportunity for Toys for Bob to partner with them to go, hey, we've heard you for a long time. You've been asking for Banjo. They're back, and away we go. I think there's an opportunity there, man.
Ooh, can you do Banjo without Rare?
Yes.
Ooh,
I think you can. I honestly think you can at this point, right? Because they're so involved in Sea of Thieves.
It has been a while now.
They're working on Everwild as well. So, like, Rare's busy. Rare is busy, and they're porting Sea of Thieves over to PlayStation. So, yeah, give Toys for Bob Banjo-Kazooie. I think that might be a good fit. It'd be a fantastic fit. Man, they made Spyro and Crash. Come on.
Who are you again? Spyro. 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 I'm getting a little winded.